And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers.
Let's go, come on.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
That's fine now. Hey, check 26. Jump out.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Goff. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 30 yards there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Henry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, 5. DC.
Goff now looks to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 6. From the gun, here's Goff. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Shell.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
Here we go. We're good. Now you won. Start him up here. Hard ball.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's going to bowl his way in for a Panther score. Derrick Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Forbath out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Marvin Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Travis Carey there to make the tackle. On second down, here's Goff. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Rodgers now on first down. Going to throw deep for the... And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Brian Calhoun. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You had a horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. After the run, Goff going to throw. And he finds Stills, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. A first down carry for Henry. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Value 3, value 3. 4 down. Go, 12, go.
A give to Henry. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll try to run forward with Corral. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
5. Maverick. Twos. Maverick. What?
Now Goff on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, go slide. Like 20.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Going deep here for Stills. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Forbath out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Powers through it. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Value 3.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And Cook has it left side. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. 2. Go. Right. Check. 59.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Buying time to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Dancing to his left. The left side throw complete to Adams. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Derrick Henry. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Starting left here.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Value 3, value 3.
Here's Goff. To the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Throw left side complete. That's Cobb. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
319.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And room there to work it inside the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
319. Cat 300. Cat 300. Jumbo. Hey, tick 26. Hey, tick 26.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself...
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Stills the intended target.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Jump out! 158! Jump out!
Rodgers now on 1st down. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
319. Hey, 626. Zone.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. On the left side, this is Stills. 23 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Goff now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got four. We got four down. 12. 12.
From the red zone now, Goff. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And Stills over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Go. Dula.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's gone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Kenny Stills with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Forbath, the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Forbath out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustmts.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Zone.
They run again with Ajayi. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And some room to roam now. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
Orange.
Now it's gone. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. First target, first catch, and a first down. Goff now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
11.
From the gun, here's Goff. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Goff, eluding the pressure right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Kenny Stills taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. In on the stop. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Lets it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 46 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Here we go. 58. Jump out. Hey, check 26.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on 3rd down. Being chased out left. This is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that? And got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Crowell. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
I know one thing, the team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it, and an opportunity missed. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Airing one out from Macklin. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a play fake here on first down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. He was looking for Macklin that time.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed him, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Second and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, check 26. Hey, Uncle, over here. Jumbo! Jumbo!
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Over here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll get it up the middle. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Maverick, go!
On first down, gone. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as he'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.